And just about to get underway as the starting fives have been announced. Zip. Welcome to this Sunday afternoon edition of Payday.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Sure is. Thanks, DA. Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. Harrison out there at quarter. And it's Nikola Jokic. Then it's Aaron Gordon. And it's McGee in at the four-man position. And for the Clippers, Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Oturu in a power forward. And Shaquille Harris gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Beverley. Now off the inbound. Greg, in terms of personnel, not exactly the matchups we were expecting to see tonight.
You know, Kev, with all the injuries and some guys now having to step into unfamiliar roles, in some ways that makes tonight all the more intriguing to see which guys are going to step up and deliver.
Guy's got some of the best hands in the league. Paul George instincts right there. Pokes that ball away.
Harrison passes to Jokic. Shoots over Zubac. Jokic kicks to Gordon. Pass to Porter. 6 to shoot. Over George. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. Left side, George. Pass to Beverly. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
I feel like Beverly plays sort of this out-of-control chaos game. Gets the defense to get sloppy. They did so there.
And Bones, he stands just 6'1", but Patrick Beverly rebounds like a forward.
The fact that he's going to bring it mentally, GA, I mean, that's the huge advantage. I think if you're in the opposing locker room and you know you're going to get on the floor, Patrick Beverly is going to be right in your jock for every minute that you're going to be competing against.
Oh, Leonard in position. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Yeah, you don't see many of these opportunities for this team, but Kawhi, one guy who can get up there and get it done.
Here's Harrison, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
Now here's Beverly. And he comes up with the deuce.
Yeah, Beverly doing a good job of reading not just his defender, but the secondary defender in that pick and roll.
Passes it to Jokic. Got a piece of it. Leonard with the steal. Here's George. And Beverly kicks to Leonard. Clippers moving the ball around. Oturu. George against Porter. George passes to Zubac. Nice D from Porter. The Nuggets trail by 4. Now the pass to Jokic. Knocked away. Gordon finds Jokic. And Jokic throws it down.
Jokic, is he? I think he's showing some emotion, Kevin.
And here's Beverly. Inside. Here's George. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
1:43 left to play in the first quarter. Gordon kicks to Harrison. Pass to McGee. Here's the dish to Gordon. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And there's just so much athleticism to Gordon's game. Good luck trying to contain him inside.
Pass to Leonard. Shoots the 3. And it's Jokic with the rebound.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Denver also making some changes. Paul Millsap is checked in for JaVale McGee. And it's Austin Rivers in for Michael Porter. Outside Jackson. Kennard, the pass to Morris. No good with the triple.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen.
Wow, hammering it in.
Well, a big man who can really dish it out. Jokic really reliable, setting up his teammates.
There's 39 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And Aaron Gordon gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Los Angeles shooting their third free throw attempt of the game. And that one misses.
And what we know about Cousins is he's a competitor. And I think he just relishes the opportunity every night to get out there and show what he's capable of doing. And I think a lot of people have been rooting for him more so in the past couple years than when he first came into the league.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
That's what you get with a bigger guard, a guy that can carve out a little bit more space, and Rivers does a good job that time.
Now Jackson. Here's Cousins, and that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. Tie game in Los Angeles. Recently, we spoke with Patrick Beverley about his throwback style.
Old school basketball, you know.
Now, pound for pound, Greg, Beverley may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
It felt like they knew that there were openings in transition and just wanted to keep trying to feed that, get out quick.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So for the Clippers right now, they've got Morris. Batum's out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Kennard in at the two-guard spot.
And after some time over in France and the D-League, JaMychal Green catching on as a steady NBA veteran.
In Memphis, the Grizzlies played him over Zach Randolph for some time. He's a guy that just keeps working and has found a niche now as his three-point shot has found more consistency in the NBA.
Pass to Rivers. Puts up a three. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Morris. And the Clippers making a change here. Mann's checked in. And Denver also making a switch. Monte Morris is checked in for Harrison. Morris kicks to Millsap. Back to Morris. And the pass to Rivers. A three ball. They get it back. Here's Millsap to the left side wing. Here's Najee. That's good. And it's Millsap with the assists. Najee's got himself on the board with three there.
A good decision making with the ball in his hands for Paul Millsap. That's a terrific feat.
Here's Kennard. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking. Jump shot. Gave a little pump fake. And then off to the races.
Morris outside. Pass to Najee. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Najee's got 5 points in the quarter.
That's nice vision there. You see that pass, you make the feed before the defense has a chance to react, and that opens up a much better opportunity to score.
Now here's Jackson. He's got 5. Back to Cousins. Clippers moving the ball around. Jackson drives in. Denver grabs the miss. From deep, Green. The Nuggets get it back in a new 14.
A flat-out bulldog in the paint. Great job to follow his own shot there and get the basket.
Pass to Kennard. High post Cousins. Stolen by Rivers. Throws up. And then Rivers with the dunk.
Like that he gets out and runs that time. That's well within the wheelhouse of Austin Rivers, finishing on the break.
.146 left to play in the first half. Cousins on the follow.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Passes to Millsap. Kicks it to Rivers. Back to Millsap. To the middle. Rivers passes to Najee. And there's the feed to Rivers. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots it. There's the pass to Najee. Green with the ball. Fires from deep. And it's rebounded by DeMarcus Cousins. Here's Mann. Nice move over Morris. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
For Los Angeles, they have been unsuccessful at the line so far. 0 of 3 and looking to make their first free throw of the game right now.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line. About 79% of their free throws.
Denver in the lead. Morris looking over the floor. Now here is McGee. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Zubac against Jokic. The shot, no good. And the Clippers will go the other way with it.
And the Croatian big man, Ivica Zubac, a big hip-hop fan. His teammates call him Zubac.
It's amazing that he was traded from the Lakers to the Clippers, so still home games here at Staples Center.
And the Clippers making a change here. Leonard's checked in. Now, here is Morris. Outside Gordon. Back to Morris. Porter passes to Jokic. Jokic draws the double. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Jokic has got his second basket of the game.
Such an outstanding effort there for the big man to stay focused with his shot. Jokic, tremendous concentration.
Leonard with the ball. Over Gordon. Leonard kicks to Beverly. McGee with the block. And some good action through the first 2 quarters. Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, Best. A pretty close game from the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. The period wrapped up with the teams on left. Thanks for joining.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. And it's Harrison with the ball for the Denver Nuggets. They lead by 1. Taking a look at the Nuggets. They've got Porter, Aaron Gordon out there with JaVale McGee. And it's Nikola Jokic. And it's Harrison in at the 1. There's Harrison. Back to Porter. And a miss there on the triple. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. Beverly finds George. Outside Leonard. Poked away. Porter with the steal. Here's Gordon. And it's in there. And it's 6 points for Aaron Gordon.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
And for those of you turning in, we're about a minute into the second half. Jokic with the bucket. Brady, we hear this a lot. It's almost too popular now to say good offense beats good defense. Being a defensive-minded player yourself, do you agree with that statement?
Absolutely, Kevin. And the thing is, in today's game, when I played as an era, you can hold teams in the 80s and 90s. You could go a quarter and keep them at 12, 15 points. You can't do that now. It's different. You've got to be able to win stretches of 2 and 3 minutes. And honestly, you're right. The offense does dictate far more, but it doesn't discount the importance of defense. And if you still look at the reigning champs and the teams that have won titles recently, that's still one area that they're consistent in is their defensive approach.
Here's Harrison. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Here's Jokic. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. Here's George. And contact on the shots. And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
This is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
You can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
Here's Millsap. And foul. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Surprise in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Now, here is George. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Here's Cousins. That ball's nice speed that time from George. George has got 3 assists now in this one. The Nuggets have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Morris outside. He feeds it to Millsap. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
Well, after committing a turnover like that, you're just praying the game doesn't come down to the last possession. You'll remember that one.
And that was another look at the aggressive D that led to the mobile 1 block.
Emphatic with the rejection. You've got to appreciate that kind of forceful defense.
And Jackson gets it to go.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
Now, here is Morris. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Third quarter here, and 5 lead changes so far.
And, guys, neither team has been able to pull away.
There's Jackson with the 3. Kept alive. The shot misses.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
And it's Paul George with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Kennard, he's checked in for Paul George. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
I know people can't see you, but you're doing what I'm doing, scratching your head to that turnover.
The Clippers trail. We've got 1:28 left in the third. Pass to Kennard. Back to Zubac. Millsap with the steal. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. Najee, no good. And Morris has got the ball here for the Clippers. To the inside. Jackson. Back to Kennard. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
Oh, can't punish the defense for leaving him open that time. That's a frustrating miss for a really steady jump shooter.
and running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed? He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
Here's Jackson after Austin Rivers scored. Jackson passes to Zubac. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. So for the Clippers, DeMarcus Cousins. He's checked in for Zubac. Patterson comes in for Nicholas Batum. And Kawhi Leonard subbed in for Marcus Morris. The Nuggets leading by 3. There's 31 seconds left to play in the third. Harrison kicks to Jokic. Millsap has the open look. No good from outside. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. And it's Leonard missing.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
The Nuggets have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. And the first one at the line is good.
It didn't take too long for Jokic to blossom into one of the better young players in the league. Much quicker than most folks, I think, give him credit for. A big fella with the ability and confidence at the free throw line is something that every team wants. Don't have to make those late substitutions. You put big guys on the floor. He gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but the defense determined not to give up the easy deuce there.
Well, we thought the third quarter was over, but it turns out the officials are going to review the play to see it, and we've watched 3 so far in this one. Denver on top. They're up by 5. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
You know, anytime a guy's in the post and the teammates know he's unselfish, great player movement can create an opportunity just like that.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. We've got Patrick Beverley. He's out there with Luke Kennard. And it's Oturu in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
Well, there's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
Over in the corner, Beverley. Here's Kennard. Pass to Oturu. Back to Kennard. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Beverley, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's on JaVale McGee.
There's something about Beverley. He seems to be one of the point guards who enjoys the physical contact out there, always looking for something.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Denver in the lead. 1 minute now into this fourth quarter. Harrison passes to Jokic. Good on the bucket.
Jokic and body control. Man, years ago we wouldn't have said that. I'm saying it now.
And for the Clippers, they're shooting 43% for the game. And here's George. He kicks to Cousins. That one goes. Count it.
When you're a veteran player like Paul George, you understand that even 24 seconds is a long time. Great patience to wait for that play.
Porter in the corner. Back to Harrison. Passes it to Gordon. Lets it go with a 3. Offensive rebound. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by McGee. A different look for Denver. Paul Millsap's checked in for Porter. And it's Rivers in for Harrison. Now George. Outside Leonard to take the lead. Rebounded by McGee.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
It's tipped. Stolen by Beverley. The pass to George. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist.
Yeah, Paul George anticipating contact, preparing for it, and just how smooth the finish was that, Kevin.
Up top, Rivers. Defended by Beverley. Rivers kicks to Jokic. Clock at 6. Tries it from 19. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
Oh, he is just so clutch, saving his best for when the pressure is at its highest.
George against Gordon. Up top, Zubats. Back to George. Fires the three. Bangs home the trifecta. George has got 5 points now in the quarter.
That's why you turn to Paul George. These moments are for PG.
Rivers passes to Jokic. Shoots over Zubats. Rebound by DeMarcus Cousins. Cousins has got 5 rebounds tonight. Pass to Beverly. Stolen by Rivers. And now here's Rivers, the fast break opportunity. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Here's Zubats. And it's sent back by Millsap.
Great block from Millsap, sending that one back.
Pass to Gordon. Now Jokic, defended by Beverly, and now we've got the intentional foul.
You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Marcus Morris is checked in for the Clippers. Gordon inside, covered by Morris, and the basket by Gordon. Gordon's got the game tied up here for the Nuggets. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Clippers. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Up top, Leonard. Out to the right wing. Beverly finds Leonard. Stolen by Zubats.
That is world class.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
43 seconds left in the fourth. Nails the triple.
What a huge shot from Millsap. Gotta love how he steps up in that moment.
Now, here's George. Passes it to Zubats. Looking for George. He gets it there. Gordon with the defensive effort. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
He drops the first one, and that will put them up by 2.
And there's no question that Gordon is a talented player, and it's clear he wants to be a star in this league.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Zubats. Batum comes in for Morris, and Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly. A 3 from Leonard. Can't knock in the 3. And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible. First free throw is good, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
Ooh, I think that's a wrap, and I can tell you, you can't have more pressure-packed free throws than the ones that are going to seal the game. Wow, Cousins brings his...
David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. And the starting lineups have concluded. So just the NBA on 2K.
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Marjanovic is out there with Porzingis. Then it's Josh Richardson. Then there's Luka Doncic. And it's Finney Smith in at the small forward. And for Los Angeles, they've got Paul George. He's out there with Patrick Beverley. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Ivica Zubac. And it's Oturu in at the four-man position. Now, here's Doncic. Finney Smith passes to Doncic. 5 to shoot. And the rejection by Zubac. Marjanovic. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. Now the pass to George. That shot, no good. Good work defensively by Richardson. Finney Smith passes to Richardson. And it's sent back by George.
Not going to be Paul George with that move. He's too long and too talented of a defender.
Really good job there. That's the definition of the inside-out game.
Now here's Beverly. Down low and stolen by Richardson. And now the fast break. Doncic with the ball.
And you can tell that Doncic loves leaking out. They're able to get to the right spot there in transition.
Here's George. Beverly with the ball. Outside for George. Shot clock at 5. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. Oturu, he can't get that one. The Mavericks have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game.
Pushes it quickly, and he gets something before the defense can set up. Richardson's a good finisher in transition.
And Greg, Josh Richardson's a terrific ball handler out on the wing who can create for others.
Richardson gets a lot of assists per game at that wing position. Not just looking to finish plays, but also to create for others. Very well-rounded threat on the offensive end, and that gives this team another dimension in terms of playmaking.
Here's Zubac, and the dunk by Zubac.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
Doncic outside. Passes it to Marjanovic. Tries again. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And he shot foul shots at about a 75% clip a season ago.
A different look for Dallas. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Josh Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Rondo against Brunson. The feed to Cousins. Pass to Kennard. It's rebounded by Dallas. Marjanovic has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Doncic dishes to Hardaway. Yep, that one goes in there.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Clippers trail by 8. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Rondo passes to Kennard. Here's Cousins. And then Cousins with the dunk.
Nice find by Luke. Shows good vision in both half court and in transition.
Pass to Doncic. Here's Brunson. Here's Hardaway. And then Hardaway with the dunk.
Great job executing the offense. That pass on time and on point.
There's 1:17 left here in the opening quarter. Patterson finds Rondo. From outside, off the mark. And it's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. Here's Doncic. That's basket number 2 with his 3rd shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
Building up a big early lead. They have taken charge of this game.
Play calling has been fantastic. They've been a step ahead of the defense since the opening tip.
Now here's Leonard. He's still scoreless so far in this one.
Love the aggressiveness. Kawhi very active, very focused on the job at hand.
There's 39 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Brunson. Buries it down low.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Kennard kicks to Cousins. Kennard against Hardaway. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
And don't kid yourself about Cousins. He has the ability to see the whole floor, and he's willing to share the wealth.
Brunson the pass to Hardaway. Doncic outside. Leonard with the steal. And that one drops for him. Leonard's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Always up there among the leaders in steals. Leonard gets his team out in transition.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Mavericks. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And guys, what's your take so far on the Mavs?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
You know this, the team that dictates the pace typically rules the roost. We see that here early on.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the floor for Dallas, Jalen Brunson out there with J.J. Redick. Then there's Dwight Powell. Then there's Maxi Kleber. And it's Cauley Stein in at the power forward. Here's Brunson, following the basket by Marcus Morris. Brunson, good. Now the superstar players always get the headlines, but you need more great role players, it seems, as you look at the history of champions, to win. So that being said, Greg, what kind of role players do you look for?
You know, Kevin, it starts on your best player, and I think you go from there. Obviously, in today's game, spot-up shooting is critically important. And then you got to factor in versatility. You need guys that can guard multiple positions, that give you some rim protection, but obviously that can also shoot the basketball. And I think it's critical having that instant offense guy coming off the bench as well. When your team's in a bit of a funk, somebody you can trust to kind of light a fire.
Good point.
Can't let Kennard get this close. Once you do, he's going up with it.
Kennard against Redick. From the arc. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Hey, if you're not going to fight over, you're essentially giving the shooter the look he wants.
Now here's Jackson. From deep. Redick with the rebound.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Kennard's shot is off. Dallas leading by 5. There's the triple. Was shot by Redick, no good. Los Angeles has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Jackson kicks to Kennard. The putback, it's good on the putback.
A rare offensive rebound for Reggie Jackson, but he knows what to do with it once he gets it.
Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Brunson, no good. Clippers have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Morris finds Patterson. And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Then for the Mavericks, Hardaway comes in for J.J. Redick. And Trey Burke subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Now here's Beverly. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Here's the step back. And the shot is good. The Maverick lead has been cut to just 1 on the basket from George.
Facing up from mid-range, George could have tried to drive, but takes what the defense gives him.
We've got 1:48 left now here in the second. Now here's Burke defended by Beverly. Burke, the pass to Kleba. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Puts it up from 12. Off the left rim and out.
The defense is right there. Quality contest, and they threw him off his rhythm.
A three from Leonard. Here's Zubac. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. And it's Paul George with the foul. That's his first foul. Marcus Morris has checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Dallas has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. 1:11 left to play here in the second quarter. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Misses the three, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. George with no one around. Those three-pointers off the mark. And it's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for Dallas. They've led by as much as 10. Here's Marjanovic. Second shot opportunity, and it's good on the layup. And the Mavericks lead by 3.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And here's Morris for 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. Morris has got 5 points so far.
And this is in Morris's wheelhouse right here. Extremely fluid with the catch and release.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. And here's Doncic from the arc. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 4 rebounds now tonight. And George kicks to Beverly. Out to Morris. The dish to George. And there's the pass to Oturu. A 3 from Morris. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Look,
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. The Clippers have the edge here at halftime. They've got a 3-point lead. Kenny, and that'll...
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Nice game, great performance by Marcus Morris.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
They've got Ivica Zubac. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Oturu in at the 4 slot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Now, here's Zubac. And the foul on Josh Richardson. That is his first foul of the game. And here's Beverly. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Leonard with no one around. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
To the left wing, Finney Smith kicks to Doncic. Passes it to Marjanovic. Yes! And the foul. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
And how about the balance of Doncic on that possession? Amazing at just absorbing the contact and still with the strength to finish.
That free throw good from Doncic. The Clippers in the lead. Outside Leonard. To the inside. Zubac the pass to Oturu. From deep, George. Up again. It's good on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Pass to Marjanovic. Kicks it out to Richardson. Back to Marjanovic. And Marjanovic with the slam.
Give Josh credit, taking the challenge offensively, discipline, and that's a beautiful pass.
Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. George against Doncic. Puts it up from 12. And it's George missing.
He really can't buy a bucket, but his teammates have his back.
There's no bigger play in a close game than a putback slam.
Oh, and that one's got them all hyped up. Wow.
They're bringing the energy, the hustle, the fight, and they also didn't give up on that possession.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Doncic.
And showing he's got a few tricks up his sleeve there. Doncic's handles are very impressive.
Now here's Leonard. There's the three. It's hauled in by Richardson. One-on-one here. Here's Doncic. Finney-Smith. It doesn't go for him.
After hitting 3 straight, they finally missed one. But you can see the rhythm coming out of the half.
Yeah, way to play and attack modes and get to the line.
Los Angeles shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
So, for the Clippers, Cousins comes in for Ivica Zubac. And Marcus Morris subbed in for Leonard. Now, here's Brunson. High post, Cauley Stein. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Cauley Stein's got his first basket. Greg, you were a physical, defensive-minded player. What are your thoughts on how closely the game is called now as opposed to when you played?
It is, Kevin, and yeah, some people like the physicality of the era I played in, but you know, I like the beauty of the game with the spacing and the freedom of movement, and I think that's one reason why you see so much switching. It's hard to fight through screens without fouling, and ball handlers have become experts at drawing contact, even if it's, you know, incidental, and I think that's just an area where the game has changed so much that.
And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Knocks it loose. Hardaway with the steal. Fast break, Dallas. Here's Powell. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. And here's Cousins. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Jackson against Brunson. They grab their own miss. Jackson gets the bucket. Jackson's got 6.
The developing feel Reggie Jackson has for scoring inside, playing much more under control these days.
Pass to Kleba. Now Cauley Stein. And that one is good. Cauley Stein's got it all tied up now for the man.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Jackson. Powell pulls it in. The Mavericks have gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. A 75% clip. Kleba kicks to Cauley Stein. Now here's Kennard. Lets it go from deep. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And we wrap up the third and looking to be in a... How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Yeah, it's one thing to find a guy. It's another to deliver the ball where he can do something with it. Wonderful play.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. On the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter here. They've got J.J. Redick. He's out there with Hardaway. Porzingis is out there with Maxi Kleber. And it's Finney Smith in at the power forward position. Jackson kicks to Kennard. The pass to Rondo. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
Hate to see that. I know everyone's mind is on the play, but you got to protect the ball.
And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. Patterson comes in for Nicholas Batum. Morris is checked in for Jackson. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Rajon Rondo. And then for Dallas, Powell, he's checked in for Porzingis. Cauley Stein comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And Trey Burke subbed in for J.J. Redick. Beverley looking around. Kennard on the wing. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And that one, good.
Just 6'1", but not many players more physical than Patrick Beverley.
Now Burke inside. Powell. It's good. The assist that time from Burke. Powell's got his first bucket in this one.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Here's Beverley. Passes to Kennard. The 3. That one, no good. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. They've led by as much as 10. Hardaway with a wide-open look. Off target with his 3. The Clippers trail. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. And here's Morris for 3. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Powell's got his 4th rebound in this one. Cauley Stein passes to Burke. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Mavericks lead by 4.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Pass to Kennard. Back to Beverley. 5 on the clock. Powell pulls it in. Powell's got his 5th rebound in this one. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And Dallas going with a whole new group out there. And here's Doncic from the arc. Porzingis on the foul.
And what a motor. Porzingis is an all-star talent who is also willing to do the dirty work.
Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Here's Leonard, and he lays it straight in.
Crucial points. Kawhi stepping up to the plate when his team needs him the most.
Doncic with it. 1:46 left in the 4th quarter. Hits the target from 18 feet.
You just love how reliable he is. Night in and night out, his offense is there.
George dishes to Leonard. Back to George. Beyond the arc. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
You know, to me, this is when you want to focus on creating for others. Give someone else a chance. It's called a teammate.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
I mean, a ferocious athlete. Josh Richardson has also proven to be a terrific 3-and-D guy.
George passes to Leonard. Back to George. Takes the 3. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
No moment is ever too big for Paul George. He remains confident in the clutch.
Doncic outside. It's Richardson on the wing. Doncic finds Marjanovic. Count with that one.
And he's capable of scoring from anywhere, really. Doncic has a strong grasp here of the mid-range.
The three from George. Got it. And now they trail by just 4.
Paul George loves these situations. The bigger the moment, the more he wants to deliver.
Doncic right side. Goes up on the wing. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Reason why they've tightened up the vice grip a little more each time up the floor. We'll see if they can close this one out.
And so they foul intentionally. It's the first. That makes it a 7-point lead.
And at 7-3, Porzingis could have been just another big, but he defies expectations. He's got such an impressive array of abilities.
Leonard on the wing. From downtown, Porzingis with the rebound. And here's Redick. And so it's Dallas winning this one. They came in. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap. The bright lights and tall buildings up. And we've got...
Well, guys,
You certainly come a long way, D.A. Thank you. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the 3 spot. And for the Clippers, we've got Kawhi Leonard. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. And it's Marcus Morris, and it's Zubats in at the center position. Can't connect from short range, and it's the Trailblazers on the break. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Terrific, talented backcourts tonight. Greg, did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
Really, with that level of speed and power, it is so difficult to keep Leonard from scoring on the drive.
Beverly against Lillard to the paint, stolen by Zubats. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. Here's Leonard, drops in the layup for 2.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
Now here's Lillard. Takes a 3. He can't get that one to fall. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Passes it to Morris. Over Lillard. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
And Marcus Morris has raised some eyebrows in the last couple of years, just being a much more efficient scorer.
And stolen by Lillard. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. The quick look, no good that time.
Still searching out their offensive game right now. 1 of 5 from the field to start this one.
And last season, Marcus Morris is named one of the hottest on the trade market.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Marcus Morris's offseason a year ago. A lot of contenders looking to add him to the roster. Handshake deal with the Spurs, switched to the Knicks, and then eventually traded to the Clippers. So grab your musical chair and try to find a seat.
Outside Leonard. If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Pass to Zubac. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Robert Covington picks one up.
Yeah, easy call.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And his percentage at the line last season, right at the 75% mark.
So for the Clippers, Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Portland also making some changes. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Jarrett Jones in for Powell. Now here's Lillard. He has 6.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That is his first foul of the game. Simons, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And a wide open look for McCollum. Out to Anthony. And the pass to Simons. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Offensive rebound. And here's McCollum for 3. His 4th shot, his 4th miss. Still looking for his touch tonight. Jones dishes to Kanter. To the middle. It's McCollum on the wing. Back to Kanter. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
With a number of go-to moves and a soft touch, Kanter can crush you inside.
1:11 left in the first. Here's Jackson. That's tipped. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. So they take the lead.
Well, C.J. McCollum could teach a class on how to get in one opportunities.
The Trailblazers shooting their first free throw this game. Clippers trail by 3. Jackson kicks to Morris. And Morris throws it down.
And the thing about Morris, doesn't have the big vertical, but tenacious once he gets around the rim.
The 3 from McCollum. Hands it from downtown. McCollum's got 6.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Jackson passes to Morris. Back to Jackson. 26 seconds left in the first quarter. It's good.
And with the defender draped all over him, Jackson has that strength to fight through the contact.
Trailblazers shooting in this first quarter around 38%. They're looking a bit creaky out there. Simons, the pass to Kanter. McCollum against Kennard. Puts it up from 15. No good there.
Well, I love when guys still use fundamentals to box out and rebound. He cleared his man out effectively on the box and then stepped towards the ball to grab it.
And it looks like they are going to review the play. The question, did he get the basket off in time?
And the NBA Replay Center in Secaucus is queuing it up. And even before we look at the...
C.J. McCollum, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Portland Trailblazers. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that triple.
You know, this game it's a physical game, obviously, but, a lot of it is mental.
Greg, you know this. It takes time mentally for the game to slow down.
It's a great point. This is why most championship teams are laden with seasoned veterans. You can't rush experience. It happens at its own pace.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And for Portland guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, credit their anticipation skills on the defensive end. They forced a number of turnovers.
Just playing some real gritty defense right now, just getting up in bodies and forcing a lot of turnovers.
We've got DeMarcus Cousins. Jackson is out there with Kennard. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Batum in at the power forward position. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Good work there as it goes.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
Yeah, no stopping him on that play. Sometimes even the taller defenders are helpless to stop him.
Here's Simons. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. 6 on the shot clock. Portland needs to get off the shot. Clippers trail by 4, and now the Clippers on the break. Near the three-point line, it's Morris. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist.
Well, this is where Cousins' size helps him to have a passing window to find open teammates.
Simons, the pass to Powell. Kicks it out to Jones. Inside. Cantor inside. He's guarded by Cousins.
I like it. Cousins making impact on the defensive end. Nice to have a rim presence and blocks that shot away.
And that was a great replay we just saw of our mobile one block.
Every basket's a big one in a tight game, and he is not about to give up an easy look.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Nurkic checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Jones. And Damian Lillard is subbed in for Anthony Simons. And so Lillard will bring it up for the Trailblazers. Pass to Powell. Back to Lillard. I know you appreciate this, Greg. So much of defense now is closing out on the three-point shooting and then protecting the rim. Consequently, pull-up jump shooters are super valuable, and there are a lot of good ones in the NBA right now.
No doubt about it. And Kevin, you think about a few guys. James Harden, I mean, he shoots that step-back three, but he's a guy that, because of his ability to utilize your inability to defend that three-pointer, Kyrie, Dame Lillard, those are some guys. Chris Paul still as good as anybody in that mid-range area. C.J. McCollum. These are guys that have really feasted and carved out a nice niche for themselves in the NBA because of that ability to take and make jump shots.
And I love that list. You're right on. Beverly deciding where to go with it. Fires the three. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Lillard against Beverly. Lillard outside. The feed now to Nurkic. Pass to Covington. Over Beverly. Covington's shot is off. Clippers have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons. Goes there, wins the MVP and a championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Mann's checked in, and the Trailblazers making a change here as well. McCollum's checked in. Three-pointer, Lillard. Outside, Covington. But they recover it. Nurkic finds Lillard. Covington in the corner. Three-pointer. Got a piece of it.
Can't be lazy around Patrick Beverley. He's going to get you down low with hands. That time, he blocks a shot. He creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go, even with the defense not really a factor.
And Lillard gets it to go.
And that's a great piece of work to get to the hoop there. Just tore the D to shreds.
Beverley with the ball. The three. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. And for the Clippers,
and if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
Yeah, and through the first two quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
On the floor for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Norman Powell, and it's Nurkic in its center locking down the middle. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Well, once Paul George gets in that deep, get out of the way. He's coming right at you.
Now, here's Lillard. Feeds to Nurkic. It's Covington on the wing. Covered by Morris. They get it back. Nurkic. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. And Lillard kicks to Covington. Lillard against Beverley. And the dunk by Covington.
Well, everyone knows Lillard is one of the league's best scorers off the pick and roll, so he chooses this time to make the assist.
Powell against George. Pass to Morris for three. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 5 assists in the game.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Kevin, good evening. The Clippers were picked by many to win the title last year. Now, they didn't get it done, but Kawhi Leonard is not concerned. He said, we've just got to keep getting better, keep fighting. It's about the right team peaking at the right time. Guys are hoping this season their talent and their fight will win out. Back to you.
We will see. Good stuff, D.A. Thanks. Morris against McCollum. Morris right side. A shot by George, wide open. No good on the three.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him, and that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Paul George grabs the miss.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Both teams will make substitutions. So it's the Clippers now. It's a one-point game. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Jackson finds Cousins. Back to Jackson. It's deflected, and they'll keep possession. They shoot again. Here's the three. Jackson missing again. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for the Trailblazers. Now here's Jones. He's guarded closely. McCollum outside. clock at 4 for the lead. And again, it's Portland converting.
And you give CJ that kind of shot, and he's going to knock it down. He'll exploit the defense all night long.
There's the pass to Kennard. Shoots over Cantor. Cousins controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Clippers lead by 1. Guys, close one here. No team getting a huge advantage.
Yeah, tooth and nail fight so far, guys. These sides match up really well.
And here's McCollum for 3. Good for another field goal. Number 5 in the night. 5 for 10 shooting.
Well, that's a go-to for CJ. He looks to spray it from three-point line as much as he possibly can.
Kennard, the pass to Jackson. Back to Kennard. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, big time put back there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. Kennard against McCollum. Dishes to Covington. McCollum kicks to Covington. That 3 off the mark. We'll see if they want to trade 2 for 1 here.
Got to time up that clock to do so.
Kennard against McCollum. The drive by Jackson. It's intercepted. And here comes the break. From deep. Here's Cantor. McCollum with the ball. Guarded now by Jackson. Shot clock at 6. Another shot. And McCollum with the layup. McCollum's got 7 points for the quarter.
Lots of ways that CJ can burn you right there. Super effective on the inside.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Portland out in front. They lead. We've reached the 4th quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. The Clippers trail. Batuma's out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Oturu in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And here's McCollum. Pass to Jones. Down low, out to Anthony. And there's the whistle, 3-second violation.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
Morris is checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Now Jackson. Passes it to Kennard. 3-pointer. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. And now a 3-point Los Angeles lead.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
McCollum from deep 3-point land. They get the rebound. The shot's good from Cantor.
And really, at this stage of the game, to get those kinds of offensive rebounds for putbacks, you almost feel like it's a 4-point swing.
Yeah, and you know who your Warriors are by plays like that. They make it when it matters most.
It's Jackson with the drive. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
Here's Jones, and the shot goes in. And the Trailblazers lead by 1. We can expect a dramatic end to this one.
Yeah, no quit by either side, guys. Neither team willing to give any ground.
Kennard against McCollum. And McCollum with the block. And he gets it back. And the shot goes down.
And all quarter long, he's been zeroed in and knocks down big shot after big shot here in the 4th.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Derek Jones. Norman Powell comes in for C.J. McCollum. And Damian Lillard is subbed in for Anthony Simons. Powell, the pass to Nurkic. That shot off the mark. And so Beverly will bring it up for Los Angeles. Oh, that was huge!
Incredible.
That's why you turn to Paul George. These moments are for PG.
Here's Lillard. Six to shoot. Floats it up there for Nurkic. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Clippers leading by 3. And George kicks to Leonard. Back to George. Stolen by Kansas. The drive by Nurkic. Deep 2 from Anthony. And right through it goes. Anthony's got his first 2 points.
Melo wants every bit of those moments.
Pass to Leonard. Back to Beverly. Leonard looking over the floor. Outside, George. With the teardrop, the putback. Great positioning on the putback. And the Clippers lead by 3.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Lillard, the pass to Cannon. 1:06 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Anthony kicks to Lillard. Now the pass to Cannon. It's good! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
Whoa, the nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
Beverly, the pass to George. Back to Beverly. It's in!
Beverly excellent at getting a bucket when the team needs it, stepping up that time.
Lillard against Beverly. Lillard outside. To tie it up. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And maybe, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him to ease up off the threes. Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
Knocked loose. And they go to the intentional foul. He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though.
Just 1 year in college for Paul George, and then made the transition to the NBA, and all the talk was about what it is we're seeing now. A very capable two-way player and all-star caliber talent.
So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close one. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it. Moments to prepare for the game. And the injury report for both teams. Players who will not be available tonight.
They say misery loves company, and both teams now suffering with injuries. But in the end, it balances out.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. They've got Paul George. Ivica Zubac is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Cousins in at the 5, patrolling the paint. And for Denver, Aaron Gordon out there with Bol. Then it's Porter. And it's Nikola Jokic. And it's Rivers in at the point. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Right now, both these sides dealing with injuries. We won't be seeing either of them at 100%.
I agree with you, Kevin. It's been tough for both of these teams as they work through their rotations due to the injury bug. Credit goes to not only the coaches for trying to plug the holes and manage their rosters, but to the players. You know, when you're a pro, even if you're not initially in the rotation, you've got to always be ready to go. And these guys have stepped up well, the reserves.
Leonard, no luck.
Well, you know, stopping him is never easy to do, but the defense was strong there.
And the basket by Gordon.
Hey, when you look at Jokic, forget about calling him a good passing big man. He's a great passer, period.
And just about a minute into the first quarter. Porter with the steal. Jokic with it, guarded now by DeMarcus Cousins. Kicks it out to Gordon. Lets the 3 fly. Up again. It's good on the putback.
A towering presence that is Bol. Good at staying active and going after those offensive rebounds.
George against Porter. And George gets it to go.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
Well, they better be thinking about him. I mean, we know how dangerous he is.
Gordon against Leonard. Rivers kicks to Gordon. That doesn't go either for Gordon. Gordon's gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And busting it up the floor. Leonard showing a lot of energy on the fast break. If there's one thing he doesn't lack, it's hustle.
Rivers passes to Bol. Nifty move. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
And like his father, Manu, Bol's combination of size and scoring is very unique. The key for him is just staying healthy.
Zubac trying to break loose. And Leonard gets it to go. Leonard's got his second basket of the game.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
To the paint, stolen by George. And here we go. Beverley heading to the hoop. Over Rivers, and that one's good. Beverley.
You know, when Beverley plays with that kind of energy, it's infectious. Sprinting the floor like that, an example of that energy.
It's Rivers on the wing. Defended by Beverley. Here's Jokic. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Boy, he knows he should have knocked that one down, especially with the defense not giving much of an effort.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Rivers against Leonard. And Jokic with the basket on the assist by Rivers.
This is a big guy, a mountain of a man. I mean, Jokic is a sturdy, thick 250 pounds on him. It's going to take a bigger bump to disrupt his shot than that one.
Beverly, the pass to George. The tray. And it's Beverly missing. And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for the Nuggets. Trailing by 2. Jokic with the bucket.
Jokic has such nice instincts for a big guy. Knows exactly when to shoot off the catch.
Beverly feeling it out a bit. Pass to Leonard. Back to Beverly. Passes it to Zubac.
You know, one of the basic fundamentals in basketball is the ability to box out. He's got that down pat.
Here's Porter. They get it back. Gordon kicks to Porter. A second chance effort. Gets a hand on it. It's hauled in by George.
You know, he just has not been himself this period. Just too inconsistent up and down at the offensive end.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Back to Cousins. Now here's Beverly. Pass to Cousins. And then Cousins with the dunk.
And Beverly has tremendous speed, both in how he passes and shoots it. Tough to cover in the screen and roll.
Here's Rivers. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Clipper. Earlier tonight, we spoke with Paul George about how they've...
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well-balanced. This team lives it.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
Monte Morris is out there with Harrison. Then there's Paul Millsap, and there's JaVale McGee. It's Najee in at the power forward. That's the group for Denver getting going here in the second. Morris passes to Harrison. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. The Clippers in the lead. And the wide-open shot from Morris. Nails the corner three. Morris has got his first 3 points of the game.
And dangerous in that catch-and-shoot game. In fact, anytime Morris can square up, he's a lot more consistent.
Morris kicks to Harrison. Got a piece of it. To the inside. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
If you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this era at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that more than anything allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly.
Morris outside. And it's off from three-point range. Here's Kennard. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
The Nuggets trail by 7. Here's Harrison. Over Rondo. And again, Denver no good. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Here's Batum, and the dunk by Batum.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
Here's Harrison. The putback clanks, the putback jam. Here's the Clippers. They're on a 12-3 run. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. From outside the arc. That one misses. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Morris right side. And stolen by Gordon. And here's the fast break. Millsap leading the way. The pass to Harrison. He's looking for Gordon and finds him. Here's Harrison. He's covered by Rondo. And Green is right there.
There you go. Relentless pursuit of the ball. I love it. He never stopped working.
Outside Rondo. Pass to Morris. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
It's a scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. Jokic has checked in for Aaron Gordon. Cole comes in for Michael Porter. And it's Austin Rivers in for Shaquille Harrison. Rivers against Beverly. A nice shot by Rivers.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Clippers leading by 7. Beverly the pass to George. And here is Zubac from past the arc. Off the mark, his first miss of the game, 1 for 2. And Jokic wide open, he shoots, and it's Denver scoring again.
Showing off that nice mid-range jumper. Jokic knows he has the green light to take these shots.
Now Beverly. George dishes to Leonard. And finished off by Leonard.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Rivers passes to Jokic, lays it up off the glass. Jokic has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, you got to do more than that to stop Jokic. I mean, this guy is a master at converting through tough defense.
And here's Leonard. 8 points for him. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Back to Beverly. The Clippers need to get off a shot. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Beverly. Leonard's got 10.
Love the unselfishness of Beverly. I mean, when he sees his teammate wide open, he quickly gets him the ball.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They never put themselves in too much. And that should...
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of it.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Ivica Zubac is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Paul George. And it's Beverly in at the point guard position. Beverly against Rivers. The Nuggets trail by 5. Jokic with it. 8 points for him. Over Beverly. And it's Denver scoring again.
You know, it's It's evident that Jokic is comfortable operating close to the rim. He's outstanding with his shot selection.
And drafted with the 41st pick back in 2014. How about this? Jokic, the definition of a sleeper pick. He was actually asleep when the Nuggets drafted him.
The story goes on that his brother called him up trying to congratulate him, and Nico hung up in his face. How about that? Didn't hear the news until the next morning. He certainly has a different way of going about things, but there's no denying he's got a lot of game, and it's fun to watch.
Unloads. Jokic, no good.
Boy, great effort on defense there against a guy who typically makes that.
A different look for Denver. Millsap comes in for Bull. And it's JaMychal Green in for Porter. Rondo passes to Kennard. 90 seconds now into the second half.
Out of bounds.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Kennard. Harrison's checked in for Denver. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Jackson's checked in. Here's Harrison. To the middle. Here's Jokic. Oh, that's blocked. And the foul called on Paul Millsap. That's his first foul. Clippers leading by 5. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Passes it to Oturu. And the foul called on Paul Millsap. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Jackson. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game.
Fantastic defensive instincts. Encouraging signs of progress from Jokic.
The drive by Green. Millsap kicks to Green. Pass to Jokic. Shot clock at 5. Another shot. And he hits the jumper for 2. Jokic has got 12 points in the game.
One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
Here's Patterson. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Patterson's got his second bucket. Hey, Greg, you played in a different era of NBA defense. When you look at how defense is played now in the league, how do you feel about it?
You know, Kevin, I think the introduction of the zone, by and large, has been great. You get a lot more switching, and I think it brings more skill into the game. Don't get me wrong. I do miss the physicality that we had back in the 90s, but I tell you what, right now, my body wishes I had the opportunity to play in this era.
I bet it does.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
And you know what? We'll see what changes he makes coming out of this timeout.
So both teams making some changes here.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls.
And Reggie Jackson, the former 24th pick by the Thunder, wasn't content to back up Westbrook. He basically forced his way out in search of a larger role.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. Michael Porter comes in for Paul Millsap. And it's Austin Rivers in for Green. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Harrison.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grind-it-out game.
Jackson looking it over. Here's George. No good, shot missing. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for the Nuggets. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. And the pass to Rivers. Kicks it to McGee. Makes it off the glass. Now just a 1-point Clipper lead.
Hey, there's a reason why he shoots such a high percentage, guys. I mean, He picks smart shots, high-quality shots, in close shots that he takes.
Outside Jackson. Back to George. For Denver, they've gone 6 of 9 from the floor here in the second half. They've got to be happy with that. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Clippers have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. A 3 from Morris drops in the tray. Morris has got 6.
And a guy with more of a mid-range game, Morris can still jack it up from deep if you give him enough space and time.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. 13 feet away. The shot by Harrison, no good.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Outside Jackson. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
Resourceful move there, ending the period on a high note.
Nothing like knocking down that last possession of a quarter to give you a little feel-good momentum.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Clippers leading by 6. A moment now to reset the lineups brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the fourth quarter. So on the floor for Denver, we've got Aaron Gordon, Paul Millsap out there with Morris. Then there's Bull. And it's Jokic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Gordon with it. Guarded now by DeMarcus Cousins. And stolen by Cousins. Kicks it out to Leonard. Jokic against Beverly. Oturu, the pass to Beverly. Now here's Leonard. Just 5 on the clock. Back to Beverly. A three-pointer off the mark.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And it's slammed in by Millsap.
And, you know, for a bigger guy, Millsap runs the break well. He does a nice job of getting into the lane in transition.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Leonard with no one around. Money from the wing. 12 points for Leonard.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Millsap inside. Kennard covering. Yep, it goes. And the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from Millsap. LA has gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Leonard against Gordon. From 8. Leonard, no luck. And it's the Nuggets with the ball. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Jokic, no good. Clippers leading by 4. And here they go. Kennard, the pass to Leonard. And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. Porter's checked in for Bull. And it's Rivers in for Morris.
You know, even though they're on top, they're winning. I mean, they could use more from him. Trying to shut the door.
Are you kidding me?
You know, it's clear that Gordon is one of the best dunkers in the game. Always looking to bring the thunder.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Now, here's Beverly. Banked in off the glass. And the Clippers lead by 4.
And despite being a little guy, Beverly knows how to step up big. Terrific at delivering when his team needs an important basket.
Gordon kicks to Porter. Pass to Jokic. George against Porter. Denver needs to get off a shot. Here's Jokic. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock.
Easy to understand why they turn to Jokic in these situations. He has a knack for cashing in on big possession.
Now George. Zubac. And another shot. George looking around. Launches it. But they'll get another chance. And Cousins kicks to George. Tries yet again. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And every single season, Paul George has kicked his game up another level. I think he's a premier two-way forward who gets it done at both ends.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Leonard's checked in.
Two-possession game now. I mean, those were really important foul shots.
And here's Rivers. Loads it up for Millsap.
Millsap lives for moments just like this. Calm, cool, collected, taking huge shots. The game is tight.
George passes to Leonard. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Boy, in a game this snug, you can ill afford to commit those kinds of turnovers.
And the Clippers call time here. They lead by 2. 52 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And now, let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Kawhi Leonard.
And his focus, guys, has been laser sharp, and his touch from the field, flawless. The teammates have worked hard to get him the ball in some good positions, and boy, has he rewarded them with a spectacular shooting performance. Great call to keep running all those sets for him.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Oldham. The coach's challenge has been issued. Close game like this, down to the wire, this is what it's for.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double-checking, and the game continues on. You just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game? Yes.
Harrison scanning the floor. To the paint. Here's Jokic. Count it!
Boy, he is an all-star level talent for sure. Jokic, a safe bet in the clutch.
Here's Morris. It's on. And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. And we'll return shortly. Glad to have you with us as we get going in overtime. Neither team giving an inch in this one. Tip-off goes to Denver. And always a good ride in these post-regulation battles. This overtime now looking to be an exciting one. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup for us now in overtime. So on the floor for Denver, Michael Porter's out there with Rivers. Then there's Bull. And there's Gordon. And it's Jokic in at the center position. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe. And Los Angeles with some changes. Zubac is checked in for Batum. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Rajon Rondo. The Nuggets trail by 3. Rivers with it. Out left to the wing. Jokic against Cousins. Stolen by Beverly. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. He dishes it to Cousins. Outside, George. Clock at 6. This one for 3. Drills it from outside. And the Clippers lead by 6.
He can certainly stroke it from deep. The three-pointer is not a shot that George is going to pass up.
Throws it up high, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Here's Rivers, and then Rivers with the dunk.
And Gordon using his cat-like quickness there to disrupt the passing lanes, leading to the transition hoop.
About 90 seconds off the clock here in the extra period. Here's George. Passes to Zubac. 4 on the clock. He kicks it to Beverly. And here's George for 3. Oh, good on that one. Nice D from Porter. And so it's Jokic with it. He brings it up for the Nuggets. 4-point game. And the basket by Gordon.
Fantastic execution in a tight spot. Gordon capitalizing in the big moment for his team.
Leonard looking over the floor. Out to the wing. Pass to Beverly. Takes it out to Leonard. Back to Beverly. Takes the 13-footer. Gordon with the defensive effort.
Well, that's a good player missing from point-blank range. That's one you got to convert.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Millsap's checked in, and the Clippers making a change here as well. Morris is checked in, and the call up against Jokic. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Shot and game clock separated by 5. George against Porter. George double teamed. Morris outside. Porter against George. 5 to shoot. Leonard dishes to George. Cousins trying to free himself up. Los Angeles with another miss. Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. They're behind by 2. 5 seconds left in the first overtime. Guys, your thoughts?
I don't think they should be greedy here and think about a triple. With this much time left, I'd attack the basket, get a high percentage shot in tight, and take my chances in overtime.
And Porter putting it right back in.
Just refusing to back down when the spotlight's brightest. Porter outstanding at taking over here in the clutch.
Los Angeles calls timeout. Here's George. Oh, no good there. The potential game winner off the mark. And so we are tied again at the end of overtime. Now we're headed to overtime number 2. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And as we play into another overtime, the tension continues to build. Both teams refusing to quit. Now here's Millsap. The pass to Jokic. Kicks it out to Gordon. Back to Jokic. Shot clock at 6. To take the lead. Denver with a new 14. Millsap, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum.
Oh, I like seeing Millsap sell that pump fake. He's very effective at drawing the foul once that defender has bid on the fake.
And so Paul Millsap nails both of them. The Clippers trail. Now George. and he uses the glass on the layup.
And George just has an uncanny knack for providing these kinds of baskets. And he makes it look so easy.
And here's Rivers. Pass to Jokic. Rivers with it. 5 on the clock. Back to Jokic. Shoots over Cousins. Jokic, no good.
Nothing's going his way since the horn. I mean, looks like he used up all his mates in the last quarter.
Nobody near George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. And now a 3-point Clipper lead. The Nuggets shooting 47% from the floor. Getting it done. Rivers against Beverly. Rivers kicks to Jokic. That one doesn't go. Nice D from Cousins. Clippers leading by 3. This is it to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Beverly knows he's out there to pass the ball, guys. A skilled floor general. He really distributes it well.
Up top corner, defended by George. And it's sent back by George. And so they choose to intentionally foul. And the Nuggets making a change here. McGee's checked in. And the Clippers have possession. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Porter against George. High post, Zubac. A 3 from Leonard. He's off on that one. And Denver the other way now. And they get it. Yes! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Easy to see why Gordon has the ball in these moments. He's phenomenal at coming up big.
George finds Leonard. Inside, stolen by Rivers.
And overtime has come down to this. They need at least 2 points, or you can kiss this baby goodnight. That's right. No other option but to foul and look for some misses.
Yeah, they have to extend the game. I mean, plain and simple. Use every second you can on the clock here.
When he was in high school in California, Kawhi won the state's Mr. Basketball Award. And you look at the list of guys who've won that award over the years, it has a lot of the all-time greats on it.
Paul Millsap's checked in for the Nuggets. Harrison comes in for Rivers. For 3, Millsap. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Here's Beverly. And so Los Angeles takes the win. A double overtime game. All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. Up next, Hi, everyone. We're coming to you live on 2K Sports, bringing you DH.
Hey, Kevin, the map.
It might indeed, David. Well said. Thank you for that report. Short a rotation play. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
Compensating for the absence of a key player can be difficult, but they've got to hold strong.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Patrick Patterson. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's George in at the 2. And for the Mavericks, they've got Porzingis, Josh Richardson out there with Luka Doncic. Then there's Marjanovic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward.
A fearless competitor. When Doncic is driving inside, he just embraces the contact on the way up.
And the teams we're seeing tonight, Steve, they have very deep rotations.
And Kevin, when you can go maybe 10 deep, it keeps your locker room happy. It also protects your team against injuries sinking a season.
Here's Zubac. It's tipped.
He's a factor defensively. He's 6'6" with a 6'10" wingspan. Josh gets off the floor quickly.
Porzingis can't hit.
Offensively, that's how you want to end the possession, except for the result. Unselfish, moving the ball. Love to see this kind of offense.
Here's Dallas. About 1 minute into the first quarter. Now, here's Doncic. From deep three-point range, they get it again. Marjanovic, stolen by Beverley. Here's Patterson. It's tipped. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. We have got to see that sensational mobile one block again.
And early in the game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
That's tipped. And here is Los Angeles now. Leonard with no one around. A three-pointer, no good.
Just a little off to start this game. 1 for 5, looking to find some kind of rhythm.
Really unacceptable letting Porzingis get that kind of positioning. Once he's established, it's over.
Here's Beverley. The Mavericks making the shot. Pass to Patterson. Fires for 3. Over in the corner, Zubac. Just 5 to shoot. Jacks up a 3. The rebound by Marjanovic. For Dallas, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Here's Porzingis. Got a hand on it.
Just a great job of timing on the block from Patterson.
Los Angeles has gone 0 of 3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Outside Leonard. The shot from the low post is good.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
Now, here's Doncic. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. A different look for Dallas. Willie Cauley-Stein comes in for Marjanovic. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Dorian Finney-Smith. The Clippers also changing it up. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Patrick Patterson. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverley.
I'm shocked that it didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Fantastic anticipation. He has active hands. Even though he doesn't come away with the turnover, he's disrupting their offensive flow.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Dwight Powell's checked in for Porzingis. Redick comes in for Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. And here's Redick. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks.
It's sort of a hired gun. Redick's been a premier floor spacer in this league for a long time.
Listen to these numbers, GA, for his career. He has shot over 40% from 3. One season, he hit 47% from beyond the arc. And I can tell you, that is a tough mark to hit. And over the years, his incredible range has just become more and more valuable.
Now here's Brunson. It's stolen. Ball's knocked loose. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. Mavericks making a switch here. Burks is checked in. 1:19 left in the first quarter of the game. Brunson against Beverley. Cuts off the pass. to Cousins. Out to Morris. Shoots over Powell. Los Angeles with another miss.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
That puts them in the lead.
Nice find by Luke. Shows good vision in both half court and in transition.
Brunson against Beverly. Brunson, good. Beverly with the ball. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Passes it to Kennard for the three. The Mavericks pull it in.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Great positioning on the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
And here are the Clippers now. The Mavericks making the shot. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Cousins. 6 to shoot. This one for 3. Offensive rebound. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
DeMarcus is an enforcer on the offensive end. He has all the tools to dominate night in and night out.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Setting the floor for the Clippers. They've got Jackson. He's out there with Luke Kennard. Marcus Morris is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Oturu in at the power forward position. Now Kennard. After Tim Hardaway missed from long range. Cauley-Stein with it. Guarded now by Jackson. A different look for Dallas. Marjanovic checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Burke the pass to Powell. Up and in on the layup. Powell's got the opening field goal of the second quarter for the Mavs.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
A three from Morris. It's rebounded by Doncic. Mavericks leading by 3. Marjanovic down low. Cousins is there. Marjanovic finds Doncic. And that one's good. Marjanovic.
They are just killing them on the interior.
LA has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
In the corner, Kennard with it, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession. A different look for Dallas. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Hardaway comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith, and J.J. Redick is subbed in for Luka Doncic. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in. And the wide open shot from Redick misses the 3. Clippers trail by 3. From deep, George. Rebounded by Hardaway. The Mavericks have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. The 17-footer. And there's Burke. That's good on the assist from Cauley-Stein. Greg, we know the names of the superstars, but there are players that are just under that category who probably should get a little more recognition.
Hey, Kevin, that's a great point, and I'm going to toot my alma mater's horn a little bit. Christian Wood's a guy that kind of
good one, yes.
Reminds me of that. He's kind of on the come up. How about Devontae Graham, the second rounder back in 2018, but he's showing to be an established young talent in this league, and there are many more guys like that, and they're going to have their opportunity to become household names.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Clippers trail by 5. Outside Leonard. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Over Hardaway. And Leonard gets it to go. Leonard's got 6 points.
One of the more physical wings in the league. Kawhi gets smacked there, but not to be denied.
Burke looking over the floor. Hardaway dishes to Reddick. From the arc. Connects from three-point range. Reddick's got the lead up to 6 now for the Mavs.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Outside Jackson. Outside Batum. From deep, George with the putback. And Leonard stays with it. He's got 8.
Electrifying play by Kawhi Leonard. Boy, he is talented. This team relies on him for so much.
The pass to Cauley Stein. Back to Burke. Pass to Reddick. Over to the left wing. Burke, the pass to Hardaway. Here's Cauley Stein. Misses off the left iron.
That's a good opportunity, but he needs to go up a little stronger, in my opinion.
And George gets it to go.
One of George's main strengths, able to stretch the floor with his outside shooting.
And here is Burke after Paul George getting his 3 to go. Hardaway finds Burke. Back to Hardaway. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Terrific play. This is why you run your offense through him and live with the results.
Leonard looking over the floor. Count it. Good.
He's a bona fide star. Kawhi Leonard with the workman-like approach.
Long range from the inbound. No good on the last second attempt there. So that'll be it for the first. All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. They were never able to get the lead above 4. And
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last 2 quarters.
Luka Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. And there's Porzingis. Then there's Marjanovic. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3 spot. So that's who Rick Carlisle starts the second half.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Give Josh credit, taking the challenge offensively, discipline, and that's a beautiful pass.
Now Beverly. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Doncic against George. Over Doncic. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Dallas moving the ball around. Here's Finney Smith. Pass to Marjanovic. Nice move. And Marjanovic with the slam.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Also, if you can't get stops at this point, it really doesn't matter what you do at the offensive end.
Here's Leonard. The Mavericks making the shot. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And Smitty, with LeBron getting into his late 30s, KD coming off the Achilles, for your money, is Kawhi Leonard the best player in the world?
Great question. I know one player, the Greek Freak, might have something to say about that. No less than Michael Jordan himself called Kawhi the best two-way player in the game. That's a very strong endorsement from MJ.
Jalen Brunson. He was checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Out to Porzingis. And here's Richardson. 6 on the shot clock. The putback. Here's Marjanovic. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Greg, is a broadcaster, who have been some of your favorite personalities to cover?
And that's a great question. You know, most of the stars, I'm a big fan of Durant and Steph and LeBron and those guys. Chris Paul's another one that's a favorite. So many other guys, you know, there's so much more personality and so much more confidence these guys have working in front of the camera. I think that just makes for a better experience.
Somebody asked me the other day, who is my favorite? You know who I said?
Who was that?
Greg Anthony.
Oh, you're just saying that because it's true. Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
Here's Kennard. Zubac, great positioning on the putback.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Brunson scanning the floor. Porzingis passes to Marjanovic. Shoots over Patterson. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. The tray. Man can't hit. Dallas leading by 7. The finish. A slam dunk by Richardson.
Pushes it quickly, and he gets something before the defense can set up. Richardson's a good finisher in transition.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Passes it to Man. Lets it go with a 3. A rebound by Marjanovic. Marjanovic has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Richardson, good.
And usually teams go on runs, and it comes from a lot of layups and dunks, but not now.
Kennard kicks to Morris. Fires the 3, but they recover it. A rebound by Marjanovic. The Mavericks have gone 6 of 9 from the floor here in the second half. They've got to be happy with that. Richardson gets a wide open look. Off target from outside. Clippers trail by 11. And there's the pass to Man. Lets it go. Nails the baby hook.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Now here's Brunson. Doncic outside. Pass to Marjanovic. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Out to Morris. Takes the 3. And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's Dallas in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. We come back. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up. Keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on its heels.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. Taking a look at Los Angeles. We've got DeMarcus Cousins, Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Oturu in at the 4. And the wide open shot from Morris. Offline with his 3.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backcourt.
Redick with the bucket.
There are some shooters that you can't lose sight of. Redick doesn't miss those.
And so George will bring it up for the Clippers. Down by 12. Here's Oturu. tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. The Mavericks shooting an outstanding 53% for the game. Here's Cauley Stein, and Cauley Stein throws it down.
This is just one of many areas where Redick has improved, reading the floor and finding his guys for good quality shots.
Clippers trail by 14. Outside, George. Good. These guys have had some good motion on offense. Nice assisting.
And when everyone's involved offensively, it has a way of helping you on the defensive side as well.
The shot by Cauley Stein, no good. Los Angeles has gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Morris with the bucket.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
Redick with it. Down low, here's Burke. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
That's a well-timed, well-coordinated play. Comes right off the pick for the lay-in.
Beverly dishes to George. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth.
Slippery play by Paul George to get inside. He ends up right where he wanted to be for the shot.
Burke, the pass to Cauley Stein. It's deflected. Redick against Beverly. Pocket 6 from past the arc. The shot by Redick, no good.
And it's still a close game. I mean, despite the fact that they've struggled to compete on the boards.
And George kicks to Beverly. Three-pointer. The shot missing. So the Mavericks will take it the other way. They've led by as many as 14 points. And it's Cauley Stein. That time on the assist from Redick. Cauley Stein's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Nice to see an assist by J.J. Redick, showing he can be a good secondary playmaker at the off-guard spot.
Clippers trail by 12. Now George. Pass to Beverly. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. And the rejection by Cauley Stein.
You better come stronger than that. Cauley Stein, a presence defensively.
And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. And then for the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Leonard comes in for Morris. And it's Luke Kennard in for Jordan. Doncic passes to Finney-Smith. There's the triple. Oturu with the rebound.
Okay, that's frustrating. You work hard to get these open looks. You know he liked that one back.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
And his rhythm, it's been way off. The goal now might be to get him something easy at the rim so he can just see the ball go in through the net, and that helps.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Beverly.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Mavericks.
The bench gave him a big lift in this game.
Hey, listen, Kevin, anytime your reserves can perform at a level that high, it puts you in an excellent position to win the game.
Leonard kicks to Kennard. Lets it fly from 18. Jump shot is good that time.
In addition to being a good floor spacer, Luke Kennard is shifty in the mid-range area.
Here's Doncic. Marjanovic down low. Zubac defending. Here's Richardson. And a slam dunk by Richardson.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
They gave the team tremendous energy tonight. The fans were fantastic. It was a true home court advantage.
And it's Leonard missing. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul. Substitution on the court.
Redick for three. misses there. So no problem for Dallas as they get the... Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us.
uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Here are the five for the Clippers. Marcus Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's George in at the 2 spot. And for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the 3 spot. And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. Lillard outside. 6 to shoot. Pass to Covington. Puts one up from 19. Doesn't get it to drop for him. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Moving it up. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist by George. Some of the best in the game go at it here tonight, Chris. What an incredible guard matchup we have here in this one.
Oh, Kevin, there are some all-time greats playing at the guard spots these days. It will be a fun matchup to watch. With his ability to accelerate, defenders have to be careful against Lillard. It's either give him the 3 or risk the blow-by.
Lillard against Jackson. On the wing, Morris. And Leonard has it in the corner. Zubac. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Lillard surveying the D. Fires for 3. It's hauled in by Zubac.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And here's George for 3. And the dunk by Zubac.
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
Lillard from outside. And the 3-ball is good. Lillard's got a pair of 3s now in the first quarter for Portland.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, that's because he's getting his number called early. I mean, he's doing his part to help carry the offensive load.
Now, here's Zubac. Here's Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And with a good mix of power and agility, Leonard can throw it down with the best of them.
Lillard outside. And George gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. So for the Trailblazers, Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And Jones subbed in for Norman Powell. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for the Clippers. Rondo comes in for Reggie Jackson. Lillard from outside gets it to go from beyond the arc. Lillard's got 9 points.
He's finding some good shots early on. And what you like about it, he's not trying to do too much.
Rondo passes to George. Batum against Anthony. George with no one around. Misses off the right iron.
A little surprised he took the jump shot with nobody around him. He could have attacked the basket.
McCollum kicks to Cantor. Lillard outside. A miss that time would have put him up.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
The feed to Cantor. Back to Lillard. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Defended by Batum. Launches it. Lillard again missing. For Los Angeles, they've gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. From deep. The Trailblazers with the new shot clock. Cantor finds Jones. Lillard from outside. The offensive rebound. And Cantor able to finish.
He's one of the best per-minute rebounders in the game. Cantor gets a lot of his points this way.
Here's Rondo. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Outside Leonard. Pass to Zubac. And Jones sends it back. And oh, here we go. Lillard's got it. The fast break chance. Rondo with the steal. They could use a bucket.
Well, over 1,000 steals in his career. Rondo remains a disruptive force.
Lillard from deep three-point land. But they get it back. And here's Anthony from the arc. From deep three-point range. That one doesn't drop. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. The Clippers on top. When Damian Lillard's in the flow, there is no stopping him. Before the...
I think in the past, anytime I got...
Greg, this is why they say there's no substitute for experience.
And I agree. And, you know, sometimes guys need to learn to be more selfish at times. You also learn, if it ain't broke, keep going with it. Ride the hot hand.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Old school approach. And if you have a favorable matchup inside, just keep pounding it in there.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court right now for the Trailblazers, we've got Anthony. He's out there with Derek Jones.
Oh, wow! Nice!
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. Pass to Morris. Takes a three. And it's Portland with the rebound.
And last year showed that there's still a place in the NBA for a guy like Melo. Mostly a mid-range shooter in the league that has turned away from that. But buckets are buckets, and Melo can still light it up.
Beverly feeling it out a bit. Kennard for three. Hits the three-point bomb. Kennard's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Well, Carmelo Anthony was out of the NBA for about a year, calendar-wise. Greg, were you surprised it took him so long to get a look and get back in the NBA?
Kevin, I wasn't shocked, but absolutely I was surprised. I mean, it was always going to take the right fit for Melo and the right team. And in this case, it was the Blazers. But Melo showed he has legs left in the league and can still be a positive.
Morris passes to Cousins. Kicks to Beverly. Shot clock at 6. No good on the triple. For Portland, they've gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Jones. There's the pass to Anthony. The putback. It's good on the putback. And the Trailblazers lead by 4.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Kennard's shot is off. Trailblazers have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Pass to Simons. Off target from three-point range.
Defensive breakdown, and they can't capitalize. He'll hit that shot almost every time.
And then Cousins with the dunk.
That's just a sensational play from Cousins. He leaps off the floor so quickly when he has an opportunity for that alley-oop slam.
Here's Simons, defended by Beverly, and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here. How about that strong defensive performance for this half's Mobile One block?
Close games can boil down to who makes plays on defense, and that is one heck of a rejection right there.
Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Portland. Robert Covington comes in for Anthony, and then for the Clippers. And checked in, and Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly.
Well, when you see the hard-working mentality of Nurkic, I mean, love how assertive he is on the offensive boards.
Passes it to Kennard. Shoots over Powell. And then Cousins with the dunk.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. Pass to Cantor. Lays it up and banks it in. Cantor's got 4 points this quarter.
And it seemed like they couldn't get anything to fall in that opening quarter, but you can just feel the momentum starting to shift.
And here's Morris for three. And Cousins kicks to Kennard. And here's Morris for three. Unable to get that one. And it's Portland the other way. Kicks it out to Covington. It's good from long range. Covington's got the lead up to 7 now for the Trailblazers.
This is the kind of ball movement they want to get from Cantor. Scan the floor, and when you spot the open man, get it to him.
Back to Jackson. 2 free throws come. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Enes Kanter. McCollum comes in for Norman Powell, and Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. McCollum up top, defended by George. Here's Nurkic, shoots over Zubac, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
You can't jump at the pump fake. Nurkic is too skilled at getting defenders up in the air.
2 shots. And both free throws good for Nurkic. George with the ball. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go. And so it's Portland heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. Back to the action after this word.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. Some good action during the period as it. And that's a wrap for our halftime.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Boy, your alma mater, UNLV, Greg, has produced some great NBA players over the years. I mean, so many great names.
No doubt about it. Listen, I got a special place in my heart for my former teammates Larry Johnson and Stacey Augmon.
Right.
But also guys like Sean Marion. You can go back to Reggie Peters, who was a tremendous player. And right now in the league, you got Kim Birch, dunk champ Derrick Jones, and an up-and-comer in Christian Wood.
Good mention. So for the Clippers right now, Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George, and it's Beverly in at the point guard position.
Oh, big time put back there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. Beverly against Lillard. Clock at 6. It's good. Lillard's got 13.
And look at that, the touch of Lillard inside, so impressive. He's terrific at generating points.
George up top. No points in the game yet for him. Stolen by McCollum, and George gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. And Portland making a change here. Hollis Jefferson's checked in. McCollum feeling it out a bit. Lillard outside. To the inside. Hits. Got that one from Nurkic.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
George against McCollum. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Lets the 3 fly. It's rebounded by Leonard.
He's got to be disappointed with his performance, but it'll be easier to swallow if they keep the lead.
It's deflected, and they get it back. Feeds it to Nurkic. They get it back. The 3rd shot of the possession finally falls for him. Nurkic has got 4 points in the quarter.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Beverly, the pass to Leonard. Wide open look, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. And it's 6 points for Kawhi Leonard.
Just phenomenal awareness by Beverly, just dishing the ball to the wide open man easily.
Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Now Lillard, 13 points in the game, 6 on the shot clock, and a wide open look for McCollum. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot. McCollum's got the lead up to 11 now for Portland. And here's George. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And that one drops.
Nice play by George. This is what size on the wing gives you, the option to pick your spot anywhere on the floor.
And a deep 3 from Lillard. The Clippers grab the miss. Leonard's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
A lot of damage from 3-point range in the first half, but so far in the second, he hasn't done a thing.
This is his first free throw of the game. That's good from Beverly.
Well, in overtime, Beverly has established himself as just a defensive specialist, juggernaut, an absolute pest who plays his tail off on both ends of the floor.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Giles checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Powell in for McCollum. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. Patterson comes in for Nicholas Batum. Marcus Morris is checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Luke Kennard in for George. And here's the fast break. Kennard for 3. That shot off. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. Lillard against Beverly. In the corner, Hollis Jefferson. Portland moving the ball around. Lillard fires away from way outside. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Clippers trail by 7. Beverly, the pass to Cousins. And Cousins throws it down.
And Cousins is a big body who knows just how to back down the deep. When he has the room to throw it down, he does not hesitate for 1 second.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Lillard. He goes right over Marcus Morris and slams it down.
It's easy to forget about Lillard's hops. I mean, this guy has some sick dunks up his sleeve.
Now here's Beverly. Morris outside. Shoots over Hollis Jefferson. That one's in there, and the Portland lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket for Morris. And we've reached the end of the third. Trailblazers lead by 5. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
I mean, well, if you're the coaching staff, I mean, you're pumped up. This highlight will not only make it on the TV, it'll make it into the film session tomorrow.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. They've got foul. Giles is out there with Anthony. Then it's Rondé Hollis Jefferson. And it's Simons in at the 1. That's the group on the floor for Portland.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Here's Simons. And the call. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
When it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Cantor checked in for Giles, and it's Derek Jones in for Hollis Jefferson. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, during the last break, I heard Tyronn Lue talking with his team. He told his guys, tempo, more tempo. He's got to be quicker into transition. Push the ball. Let's get some opportunities before their defense can set up. Kevin, back to you.
Portland leading. Here's Simons. Tries again. Cantor's shot is off. And Los Angeles guys shooting an outstanding 53% for the game. And here's Morris for 3. Keeps it alive. Great positioning on the putback. It's a tie ball game.
Always better to be lucky than good when it comes to offensive rebounding. Unless you're as good as he is, then those tip-ins are all about skill.
Here's Simons. Cantor trying to free himself up.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
This is why they go to him. When the game is tight, he ups his intensity level.
Here's Kennard. Now the dish to Cousins. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Cousins has got the game tied up here for the Clippers.
Oh, really? Cousins is so big and strong that you really have to whack him to prevent him from scoring. He welcomes contact with open arms and one.
And the first one drops. And Los Angeles with some changes. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Leonard comes in for Patrick Patterson. And it's Paul George in for Luke Kennard. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. High post, Zubats. Outside for George. Again, Los Angeles.
Reminding us again why he's one of the game's great clutch shooters.
Here's Simons. And the rejection by Zubats. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for Jones. McCollum comes in for Norman Powell. And it's Damian Lillard in for Anfernee Simons. And the Clippers with a change here, too. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Reggie Jackson. Kicks it out to Leonard. Los Angeles with another miss.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Offensive rebound. Cantor. Nurkic with it. Three-pointer, Lillard sinks the three-pointer. And the Trailblazers lead by 3.
Lillard, he's an exceptional player. He's a guy who you trust to make the right decision in these moments.
Beverly, the pass to Leonard. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
And, guys, that's the man you want with the ball in his hands on that critical possession. Kawhi being his best in the biggest moment.
And the rejection by Zubats. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. Outside for George. Back to Leonard. Looking for George. He gets it there. Here's Zubats. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Portland's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. And a deep three from Lillard. Lillard again missing.
The more threes he misses, I mean, the more he wants to take. Where they do that at? That's not the right mindset.
LA has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Outside Leonard. Back to Beverly. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage play.
There's 47 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Lillard against Leonard. It falls!
Well, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Yeah, he approached that one with total confidence. He has what it takes to come through in the clutch.
Here's Leonard. And again, no good by the Clippers.
Oh, he found the open space from mid-range. Just maybe rushed his release a little bit.
We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possessions.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Lillard against Leonard. Jacks up a 3. Offensive rebound. Ends with a big win by Portland in a tight game. David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up for Chris.